everyone, Kat here, your favorite ginger bibliophile. And I've got a fun one for you today. Maybe, depends what your fun is, but if, books and movies aren't your thing, or at least, kind of scary children-ish books into movies aren't your thing, check the description box down below. And I've got all the puppies and the short story readings and all the other fun stuff for you. But today we're doing another book versus movie, because I haven't gotten to the TV shows yet. And it's this, The Last Apprentice. The first book is Revenge of the Witch. It's by Joseph Delaney. And I don't have the movie behind me because it's something I watched on Netflix, but it's The Seventh Sons. Well, that's the movie that is based off of this book. And they are very much the same and also completely freaking different. So I have one complaint about this book, and it's my own fault if I didn't read the target audience, which is 10 years old and up. I was just wandering the, young adult, section, and was juniors, young adult, whatever. I like those on occasion, as y'all know. So, I saw this, it's witches, it looks kind of weird. I read the back, that's like that movie! So, I picked it up, brought it home. I read this in about a day and a half, because I kept getting distracted by, life, and the puppies that y'all all love. So, it does have a youngish voice at times, as opposed to the movie, where it's the very hot Ben Barnes is our, in this book, 13-year-old. He's our Tom, but we have boggarts instead of dragons, a lot of freaking witches, and this is actually really dark. We have this little boy who is the seventh son of a seventh son, and so, we live on a farm. The farm goes to my oldest brother, because we don't want to break up the farm. So, there's not really much good jobs left by the time you've taken care of the other six. His dad makes a deal with the, spook, who comes and goes, hey, you've got a seventh son. Does he have any strength? Is he intelligent? Okay, I'll take him on for, a month as an apprentice, and if he does good, we'll keep him on and you can pay me to take him. So he does his thing and goes off with this scary old dude who's I've gone through a lot of apprentices. Most of them have failed. And so, we're dealing with the witches. We get this creepy boggart that's you're going to be learning about this. And hey, we got this witch buried upside down. This one's alive. Do not mess with her. She is freaking terrifying. And of course, the kid is scared out of his mind because he's, never been very far from home, but as the seventh son, he sees things nobody else sees them. But his mom believes him, goes, yep, don't you worry, honey. You keep waking up in the middle of the night. I'm going to go take care of business. So there's more to Mama than we know. And I'm sure that'll come out in a later book, but Mama's badass. And we go on, and of course it's trust your instincts. As instincts, he gets tricked by a girl, because, he's 13, girls are cute. And this one actually talks to him. So, yep, that he was warned. He went with it anyway. And we do have our mother, Malkin, and kind of a witchish family, but it is not like the movie at all in that respect, other than she's kind of their leader. She is scary. She is crazy freaking powerful. But the way she goes about it in the book versus a movie, it's more mentally terrifying, and just the atmosphere of it. If I was a young child, this would have scared the crap out of me. And I would have loved every freaking second of it. But yeah, it's, he's 13, and at times you kind of get that because it's a very simple style of writing and the words and the flow of it. Because, it's made for 10 years old and up. It's kind of like reading the first, Harry Potter book or two. And I was expecting something more like the Deathly Hallows at the end of the series, where it's a little bit more grown up just in their language and how they're processing everything. Because you kind of feel yep, he's still got those childish fears and his, I want my mom. Except for, they never say exactly where they are. It's just the country. The county. They always say they live in the county. But he says, my ma'am. And all I hear when I read the ma'am, I'm it's supposed to be me ma'am. Kind of like Seamus Which, if y'all seen Harry Potter, you know that reference is the one lone Irish guy that doesn't always have eyebrows because he has a penchant for blowing things up, and yes, I'm here for it. I'm like, wait, he's not quite saying it right. He's saying my, but no, that's not how Seamus says it. And if I see M-A-M, I'm thinking, he's like, all right, that's Irish for mom. And he's got to say it like Seamus does. Because that's pretty much my reference for, like, the Irish accent. I want to travel one day. I need the money. So I'll have to go off movies for now. So I'm like, I'm reading that going, maybe they're, like, Irish somewhere? I don't know. Yeah, it's just a weird little thing that my brain picked up, and I kept reading it in Seamus's voice anytime he said something about his mom. So there's that fun little tidbit. But yeah, it's just like, it's cold, it's wet, it's dark, it's full of magic and scary monsters, and, you know, we have this guy who, you know, lives out in the middle of nowhere in the woods. We don't get exactly, like, what year it is, but we know it's way back in the day because everyone's going off of, you know, candles. They don't have electricity. You know, you walk everywhere, you know, have your little cart. So it is very old-timey, but it's scary. It is dark. It is atmospheric. It is childish, but what the heck? He's getting, like, almost murdered by monsters and having to, like, fight off stuff. And then, of course, you know, the movie is much more grown up. We have dragons, and they're doing a lot more than holding hands. He's full on, like, ooh, she's hot. Like, he doesn't just think she's cute and get a little nervous and want to hold her hand. No. The movie is that we have a really hot guy in the lead. He's older. So, you know, everybody's a little bit older. There's, you know, a little bit more scary. Like, we get to see the ghosts and some of the monsters, and he's getting a little bit more frisky. But if you like the movie and you're not sure you can show that to your kids, read them this book, terrify them. You'll see if they're gonna grow up all horror-ish like me, because I love the horror stuff. I mean, we got the skulls. I have a section down here somewhere. Yeah, starting over here, and some over here. We've done some of the spooky movies. Yeah, I did a top 10 creature feature. Maybe I'll redo it or do a full-on straight-up horror at some point. Horror. Yeah, I'm not saying the bad word. It kind of sounds like I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you do auto captions, it's going to have me saying a lot of things I didn't say. But that's okay. So, yeah, honestly, I say watch both. Or watch one, read one. They're both good, but it depends on, like, what you mostly like. So, yeah, that's kind of what the point of this is. It's not read one or the other. I think it mostly depends on your age, which one you go for. Mentally, I'm 3 years old most days, so they both work for me because I'm a child, but I like it dark, and the lead was freaking hot. Yeah, I'm not the least bit ashamed in mentioning that I mostly watched that movie because the preview had him on the cover. Yep. So, there's dragons, there's magic, there's ghosts, there's witches. There's kind of crushing, but it's not really important. So if you're looking for romance, avoid this. Because I ain't going to be doing romance. But it was a good freaking time. I say watch both. Read both. Read the series. This is the first one. I don't know how many are in it, but it's an old series. It came out in like 2009, I think. No, 2005. So that was a good year. So it's old. The series, I'm sure, is done by now. Pick these up, watch that movie, depending on where you are. It's on Netflix in the US right now, and hopefully you will enjoy one or both forms of this story, and I will see you next time. Bye! Happy watching or reading.